And as if this game needed a little more hype, you got a couple of top 15 teams, and you've got quite possibly the top 2 picks in this summer's NBA draft. If it's not going to be Kansas's Darryn Peterson, it could very well be A.J. Dybantsa of BYU. You want to talk about a lot going on here this afternoon. It's all going on here at the Fog.
Well, Allen Fieldhouse is not that hard to play in. It's just they make you play Kansas when you come here.
Saunders open for 3, and Richie Saunders push.
Kansas needs to play with pace against BYU.
White for 3.
Well, you go under those screens, Dan, and Trey White, to your point, is having a great year. He's basically second on this Kansas team in every major category. He has been outstanding all season long.
Tipped away by Peterson. And fouled, and will head to the free throw line.
Peterson decided it was a great steal, but decided he was going to go up just with one hand with that right hand. Now take a look at Richie Saunders here. When he's going to set a screen, he's just going to slip right out of it. They get a switch, and Tiller, you have to be with him at the three-point line. Don't worry about the drive. That's just a 2. Saunders is going to give you a 3.
So here's Peterson, and again, and I know college basketball fans have a general feel for what's been going on. This is the 21st game for the Jayhawks this year. This is the 11th game in which Peterson has played. Missed 9 with cramping in his legs. Sometimes would start a game, play very well, but was unable to finish a game. Bill Self has said he doesn't feel his team has been complete yet. He said it on game day today. He doesn't feel they have reached their ceiling yet because they're still kind of getting used to having Peterson in there as the drive will go for Davis. But for them to reach their ceiling, obviously they need a healthy Darryn Peterson this year.
Well, Darryn Peterson puts a guy into your lineup that can get 30 in any given game, and he gets a lot of defensive attention, which opens up things for his teammates.
Peterson averaging 21.6. How about the switch to the left?
You talk about a 3-level scorer.
And count the basket for Saunders at the other end.
Well, Dan, Darryn Peterson is effortless. Now, he puts effort into it, but he makes it look effortless, and he's so smooth. But his ability, this is the difference in him from earlier in the season where he was relying primarily on jump shots. Now he's getting downhill and putting pressure on the rim, and that's going to open up more perimeter opportunities.
White to the elbow and threw it out of bounds. Might have been looking for Tiller, but Tiller was cutting to the basket. Meanwhile, and we're only 3:21 into the game, but I'm sure Kevin Young would love to see A.J. Dybantsa take a shot. Dybantsa has not been a factor at the offensive end yet, but he is an enormous factor overall. He is the second leading scorer in the country at 23.6 points per game.
And Dybantsa is being guarded by Flory Badunga, the 5-man for Kansas. And that puts some size on him and keeps Flory Badunga out of foul trouble near the bucket against Kebaketa.
A miss for Saunders on a 3. Here's Peterson. Got it! And what a start for Darryn Peterson of the Jayhawks.
You think his eyes got bigger in this one, knowing what was at stake?
He's already got 7 in this game. Both of these teams 5 and 2 in the ultra-competitive Big 12 Conference. And it's Kansas off to a hot start tonight, Jay, with Darryn Peterson filling it up early.
Well, Darryn Peterson averages 21 points per game. He had 32 against TCU, 26 against Baylor. And he's got the look of a guy who's going to put up numbers in this one. Kansas team in every major category. He has been outstanding all season long.
Tipped away by Peterson. And fouled, and will head to the free throw line.
Peterson decided to.
So here's Peterson, and again, and I know college basketball fans have a general feel for what's been going on. This is the 21st game for the Jayhawks this year. This is the 11th game in which Peterson has played. Missed 9 with cramping in his legs. Sometimes would start a game, play very well, but was unable to finish.
Badunga out of foul trouble near the bucket against Kebaketa.
A miss for Saunders on a 3. Here's Peterson. 25-point loss at Vandy. And Arkansas, speaking of freshmen, boy, do they have a couple of good ones. And Darius Acuff Jr. and Malik Thomas, they're combining for about 35 a game. Peterson knocks another one away. Second time he's done that.
Boy, talk about a two-way player. He has been active in every aspect of this game, and he is on.
Arizona, the #1 team in the nation, in a game that they made very close at the end. The Cougars are having a tremendous year. They're 17-3. Council floats it up and in.
When he dove for that loose ball near midcourt, Kansas got a 3 out of it. Big time play.
Quick release on the corner 3. Won't go for Alexei Kostic. The freshman.
Right, kidding me?
And they could be the top 4 picks in the draft.
I think they will be.
And they're all playing at an All-America level, especially right now, Darryn Peterson. And Dybantsa finally with his first points of the game as he knocks down a 3.
Just set a screen and slipped out to it. And most of his threes, there's another foul there by Dybantsa, or excuse me, by Kennard Davis. But boy, that was the first open look he's really had by slipping out of that ball.
Right face guarding Peterson. Peterson gets a little space and knocks it down. Trey White the assist.
First, one solid possession where they move the defense and can attack it. They played this whole game in the half court.
Dybantsa gets to the rim first. Dybantsa, tough shot, and he hits it.
In Provo, made an amazing comeback in the second half.
The lob from Council to Badunga.
Hey, Flory Badunga is having a fantastic season. The lefty, he's all left hand. He's not a back to the basket player, but his energy and he's just so quick off the floor.
What a crossover and finish there by Wright. State by 21. They just went to Manhattan and beat Kansas State by 24 in their last game. And they're putting the same kind of numbers up here.
By Melvin Council Jr. And what a great shot fake by Bryson Tiller.
Saunders slams it in with the left. Wright steps in. Dybantsa rises up for a 3 and hits it. Tiller with a 10-footer from the baseline. White another assist.
And that short corner jumper is not an easy shot. Richie Saunders got late pressure on it. But what a fantastic shooting touch Bryson Tiller has. He is going to be a great player.
And Saunders with a chance for a 4-point play. The lead was once 21. This 3 has it down to 15.
Usually went right in the middle of that little Brady Bunch thing.
McDowell, nice no-look pass, and Tiller knows what to do with it. Little Dybantsa is on the bench right now for BYU. This is Jaden Dawson, his first appearance of the game, a senior from Omaha. Tiller again! Crowd points for Tiller here in this game. 7 rebounds as well, and the Jayhawks just keep on clicking at the offensive end. Ahmed kept it alive, but here comes Council. He can fly. He can finish.
Just a jet in the open floor, a straight line drive. Dybantsa could not get back in order to turn his body. And Melvin Council Jr. took advantage of it. Those are some and maybe questionable shots taken by Kansas in this game.
Dybantsa will hit.
UCF, a very good offensive rebounding team. Themis Folks and Riley Kugel, their leading scorers. But they got like 5 guys that average double figures.
In the second half, after they knocked down 9 in the first half, Badunga rejects Dybantsa, and Council again a blur to the other end.
He's under the basket, but here's the block with the left hand. And again, in transition in the open floor, the little front of the rim when Badunga caught that ball. Great pass by the big man.
Saunders again. 24 now for Richie Saunders.
And makes the defense take it away from him.
Darryn Peterson remains on the bench for Kansas. Jamari McDowell with a 3. his second of the afternoon.
Boy, B could not have been easier for Kansas on the ball reversal.
Keita, nice soft touch, took advantage of the mismatch with the much smaller McDowell on him. He'll do all the dirty work. Wow, Flory Badunga. Saunders again. Got another one. 27.
He's going to play in the NBA.
This program, the history of this building is something to behold. Richie Saunders is something to behold right now. He's got 30. A BYU team that's really good. A top 15 team, 17-3 on the season. Just 1-3 against ranked opponents. So win back in the non-conference against Wisconsin as Wright knocks it down. Here's Saunders. Another one. His 6th 3 of the game and now a career high. Still got some time. Boop, a corner 3.
Boy, that was a huge bucket, all set up by Richie Saunders. And
shot clock inside 5. Council into traffic. And it belongs to the Cougars. Dybantsa with Badunga on him. Finishes. Boy, a strong finish there because Badunga looked like he got a piece of it.
On Flory Badunga. And just that little hesitation move, the stop and go. And he takes such long strides. He's able to cover so much ground. You know, his 2 steps are somebody on Flory Badunga. And just that little hesitation move, the stop and go. And he takes such long. All right, this is a huge stop for BYU if they can get it.
Shot clock running down, off balance.
Oh!
Council! Times playing without him and having to take on a bigger role.
Well, not the prettiest set. Trying to get a little ball screen fade act.
Right now, Tiller on Saunders. Wide left on the 3, but Dybantsa runs it down. But we have a foul on the Cougars on Keita. Bošković will force one up, air ball, but the putback by Keita. Tiller gets it across to White. Looked like Keita fouled him. They don't call it, and White will lob it up for Badunga. And Tiller swats it away at the other end.
Had a fantastic game.
McDowell down with it, ahead to White. The exclamation point on a victory here this afternoon for the Kansas Jayhawks. Game number 1000 here at the Fog will end with a W for Kansas as they run their winning streak to 5. 878 wins in those 1,000 games here at Allen Fieldhouse. Darryn Peterson, the star in the first half, barely played in the second, but Jay, a lot of his teammates really stepped up.